Hello, welcome to my channel or welcome back. In today's video, I am going to talk about my goals that I made for 2026 and how they've been going so far now that we're, about a third of the way through the year. So if you want to hear more, then please keep watching. Well, I have my paper with my list of goals written out and I can do a little brief talk. This shouldn't be too long, but sometimes I get chatty, but I am also hungry. So I'm going to probably wrap this up a little bit. So the first goal I had was to get 500 subscribers on YouTube, which the number is always going to go up and down. So right now, when I'm filming this, I'm at 439, but obviously that could change. So, I'm still a long ways away because I know some people get new subscribers constantly. Mine is just a trickle, and then sometimes it'll flow a bit more. And then it goes back down and up and down and down and down. So who knows? So it could be a while, but it's still a goal. So like I've said in some of my videos, if you haven't subscribed already and you are watching my content and find this at all interesting, then you can add to my number. I know 500 doesn't necessarily do anything. It's just a goal to have. It's not one I can fully control. But there's not a lot in life that you can control. Then I had a goal of a whole bunch of lip products that I want to finish. Some are ones that I just also expected to finish. So it's kind of a goal, but it's also kind of if I don't finish these this year, then what was I doing? So some are lip balms. Then I have my lip oils because those I usually go through fairly quickly. I have some of my lip liners, which I did actually finish one already, and the other two are getting smaller, so I'm working on them. There's a lip gloss that is getting low. There are two lipsticks that are also getting very low. I just filmed the update for my lip products, so there weren't any new empties in that one, but maybe in the next one. That was what I was thinking. I do still have my goal that I've been holding tight on of I can't buy any lip products until I have 2 empties. So I have one. And I was talking about, if I was to empty one of these other ones that I feel like I'm running low on, would I feel like I need to go out and buy something at that point? And my answer overall is maybe no. Maybe I would actually be finishing 3 total items before I would get something or feel more of that urge. Like right now I don't have an urge. I'm not shopping or looking for when I do finish these, what could I go and get? I'm kind of, just okay with what I have. And, that could change. There was the one lipstick in particular that if I finished that one, I would probably be more inclined to go get something to replace it. But, we'll see when that time actually comes. So, it's nice that it's, I can't even think about lip products because I have to finish 2 before I would do that. So, why even bother shopping? Then for eyeshadows, I wanted to either finish or declutter 20. And I don't usually just go and declutter all willy-nilly. It really has to be that the formula has changed and it's not working well anymore. Sometimes there have been ones in palettes where they don't seem to be as good. So there's a certain palette in particular that I'm wondering if I need to declutter that one soon, which would actually take care of a whole bunch of eyeshadow things. But I don't want it to be something like that where just in one fell swoop that, there's my goal. So I'm still using it for now. I'm still kind of thinking about it because I feel like some of the eyeshadows in there are fine and maybe some aren't. But I'm not going to just scrape them out of the pan and then count them as decluttered or done or something like that. So I'm trying to think about what I want to do there. Maybe it's that I'm not using them for now, but are the other eyeshadows in there worth it? Can I have them in other ways? And some of them are very special still and have a unique tone to them. So yeah, it's hard because I don't like to just throw things out. So I have decluttered some already this year in doing my all eyeshadows on deck project. There's been certain eyeshadows where I realized they're just not working well anymore. But then I had one that it wasn't in because of that project. It's in it because all my eyeshadows are in that, but it's in Expand Those Pans. And I thought I was going to declutter it, especially because I thought I found a dupe for it. But then when I did one eye with it and one eye with the dupe, they were actually different on the eye, even though they swatched almost identical on my hand, which was interesting. And I also realized that it did still work well, so I'm not going to get rid of it even if I have a dupe right now, because it is still working and I still enjoy it enough. So yeah. But anyway, I'm at 11 eyeshadows that are done or decluttered out of the 20. Now there's nothing that I get for doing that, because I already said no new eyeshadows or anything except if it was like a present, but I'm not gonna be buying anything until I get under 300 eyeshadows total. And so finishing 20 would not do that. I would be close, but I would still need more done. And then other uses that I wanted to do were for my Urban Decay blush. I want to use it 100 times. And so for that, I am at 37 times. So, you know, I still have quite a few uses, but I feel like that's pretty good. Also, that was something I thought I might be decluttering, but then in using it different times back to back, I realized actually no, it's still doing fine. It's not causing any issues. Like if I use it, I'm not breaking out or anything. So smells fine, looks fine, all of that. My Juvia's Place blush, I actually pulled that in to replace, I was going to use my ColourPop liquid blush 100 times, but that I realized had expired. So instead I brought in my Juvia's Place blush to then do 100 times. So for that one, I am at 25 right now, but almost all those uses are from it being in my Frankened blush form. I mixed some of that with some of the Urban Decay with a like pale face powder to kind of tone them down a bit. And I've been liking that. I don't have it on today, but almost all of my Franken blush is done. And I, you know, was trying to use the Juvia's Place one just on its own, but it's just too orange on me. It just doesn't look right. I mean, maybe if I was a slightly different skin tone, maybe if I just really liked orange blush, but it's just orange. And yeah, I want a little bit more pink to it or brown or something. So that's why I like using it in the Franken form. And that's probably how I will continue to get my uses on it. And then we'll see how I'm feeling after the 100 uses or, you know, as the year goes on. And then I didn't have goals for pans, but I have been keeping track. So I will say that I've basically been doing about 5 new pans a month. So I don't know if that will continue or not. Maybe I just kind of got lucky with some of the different pans, but I am also working on, with a project, having more pans in each palette. And so, you know, you can see updates for that. And, you know, again, I'm trying to use all the eyeshadows at 10 times, and that's going pretty well. I didn't realize how far along I was. I've been using a new spreadsheet. Well, I didn't have a spreadsheet, so I'm using a spreadsheet where I'm keeping track, and I know how many I've finished, the 10 uses, but I wasn't really counting up, you know, all the uses and all, so it's on the spreadsheet, and I want to say that it was getting close to 60% of the way done the project, which is really cool because I thought maybe it would take me like way over a year. Like I wasn't sure. So this might actually be closer to a year. So yay. But yeah, so those have been my goals and progress on them. So I feel pretty good about, you know, how it's going, and that I feel like I'm using a full mix of my collection and not just using the same things all the time, but I'm also letting myself use my favorites. Like a good bit of what's on my eyes right now is from my newest palette, the Crystallized palette. And that's something where like I might have been like, oh, like I don't want to use it because I want to make sure I'm using the other stuff, you know, this is new. But at the same time, like, well, I have to get 10 uses in on this too. And I'm trying to hit pans and palettes, so I've got to use it in order to hit pans, so I may as well use it. You know, it's only going to go bad. So why not use it while it's still in its prime? But yeah, so I think it's been good. If you want to continue to see how things are going, then like I said, you can subscribe to my channel. You can also give this video a like if you liked it. And until my next video, I hope you'll be doing well. Thank you for watching this one, and I'll see you then. Bye!